Zayn Malik, the former One Direction star who is currently on his first solo tour, has issued a heartfelt apology to fans after being forced to cancel his highly anticipated show in Newcastle. Fans who had gathered at the iconic Newcastle City Hall on Tuesday evening were left heartbroken when, just moments before the concert was due to begin, the announcement was made that the performance would not go ahead. This unfortunate situation left many fans confused, disappointed, and disheartened, but it also sparked an outpouring of support and understanding for the artist as he expressed his regret over the decision. In a direct message to his followers, Zayn Malik took to Instagram stories late Tuesday night, posting a message to explain the reason for the cancellation. The message was stark, set against a black background, which is a stark contrast to the energy of the night and the excitement of the fans who had been eagerly anticipating the performance. Zayn's tone was sincere and his apology was clear. He was deeply sorry for letting his fans down, especially on such short notice. He explained that his voice was simply not in a condition to perform that night, a decision he did not take lightly. "I'm so sorry to do this, but my voice just isn't there at all tonight. And without it, there's no show," he wrote. "I'm truly sorry to let you down, especially at such short notice. I held on to hope until the very last moment. I'm hopeful, with some rest tonight, I'll be back on stage tomorrow. My deepest apologies, Newcastle. Love you all." This message conveyed the artist's vulnerability and sense of responsibility toward his fans, especially considering how crucial a moment this tour represents in his career. Zayn has been through a lot in recent years, and this solo tour has been a symbol of his journey, both as an individual artist and as a person. It is clear that he felt deeply sorry for disappointing his fans in Newcastle, who had come to support him and were eagerly awaiting his performance. While many fans were understandably upset by the cancellation, Zayn made sure to emphasize that he was not making the decision lightly. As an artist, performing is not just a job, but an essential part of his life and career, something he takes great pride in. He explained that the decision to cancel the show was not something that he had planned or hoped for, and that he had hoped until the last possible moment that he would be able to perform. "I held on to hope until the very last moment," Zayn wrote in his apology. The reality, however, was that his voice simply wasn't in a condition to give fans the performance they deserved. This is not an uncommon issue for performers, particularly those who rely heavily on their voices for their craft. Vocal strain, illness, or exhaustion can often take its toll on an artist, and sometimes the best course of action is to rest and recover rather than risk further damage. Zayn has been touring for the past several weeks as part of his Stairway to the Sky tour, performing in cities across the UK, including London, Manchester, Leeds, and Wolverhampton. The concert in Newcastle was supposed to be another highlight of the tour, but circumstances beyond Zayn's control led to this unfortunate cancellation. In his message, he made it clear that his priority was to ensure he could return to performing as soon as possible, hoping to rest and recover so that he could continue his tour in the coming days. The cancellation of Zayn's Newcastle show left fans with mixed emotions. While many expressed their understanding and sent their well wishes to the artist, others were left feeling devastated by the sudden change in plans. Zayn's Newcastle show had been highly anticipated by local fans, and with the cancellation happening at the very last minute, many were left frustrated and disappointed. When the announcement was made at Newcastle City Hall, the crowd was informed that the concert would no longer go ahead due to Zayn's vocal issues. The organizers made sure to apologize for the late notice, explaining that it was Zayn's hope to still perform, but that unfortunately, it was no longer possible. "We apologized for the late notice. It was his hope that he would be able to continue with the show," the announcement read. But this is no longer possible. Please contact your point of purchase for reschedule or refunds. If you have parents or guardians collecting you, please stay in the auditorium and wait to be collected. The audience, which had been filled with excitement moments before the announcement, now had to process the disappointment of knowing that they would not get to see Zayn perform that night. While there was empathy for Zayn's situation, there were also concerns over the late notice and the emotional impact it had on fans, many of whom had likely traveled from afar to attend the concert. The disappointment of the cancellation was palpable, and many fans took to social media to express their feelings. Some shared their frustration, but most echoed sentiments of understanding and support for Zayn. One fan wrote on X, "Come on guys, let's think about it a bit. Zayn wouldn't cancel a show at the last minute for anything. I hope everything is okay." This reflects the empathy fans have for Zayn, recognizing that canceling a performance is not something an artist does without good reason. Another fan expressed their concern, writing, "Zayn Malik, take care, babe, and we love you," while another added, "Sorry for everyone attending the Newcastle show for Zayn's tonight. Please don't say hateful words towards him. We don't know what he's going through." The overwhelming sentiment from fans was one of care and understanding, with many rallying behind Zayn and urging others to avoid negativity. However, there were reports from those at the venue that there were lots of people crying as the news of the cancellation spread. Fans who had been looking forward to the show were devastated by the sudden change in plans, and the emotional impact of the evening was apparent. For some, attending a concert is more than just a night out. It's a way to connect with their favorite artist, experience the music they love, and create lasting memories. When those plans are abruptly altered, it can be a deeply emotional experience for the fans involved. This cancellation comes during a significant period for Zayn Malik, who is currently on his first ever solo tour. Since leaving One Direction in 2015, Zayn has focused on his solo career, releasing several successful albums such as Mind of Mind and Icarus Falls. However, despite his success as a solo artist, he has never toured alone until now. The Stairway to the Sky tour represents a major milestone in his career and his personal journey as an artist. For Zayn, touring is a way to connect with his fans on a deeper level, to showcase his music, and to share his growth as a musician since his departure from One Direction. As his first solo tour, it holds great significance not just for Zayn, but also for his dedicated fan base who have supported him throughout the years. Zayn's fans have followed his journey from his time in One Direction to his evolution as a solo artist, and the chance to see him live in concert is a special occasion for many. It's worth noting that Zayn's tour comes during a particularly difficult time in his life. Last month, Zayn's former One Direction bandmate, Payne, tragically passed away at the age of 31. This loss has deeply affected Zayn, who shared a close bond with Liam during their time in the band. The emotional toll of losing a friend and colleague so suddenly could undoubtedly be affecting Zayn's ability to perform at his best. While Zayn hasn't publicly addressed the specifics of his grief, fans and those close to him are likely aware of the impact it has had on him, and it's possible that this has played a role in his current vocal condition. In his Instagram message, Zayn expressed hope that with some rest, he would be able to return to the stage and continue with the tour. "I'm hopeful. With some rest tonight, I'll be back on stage tomorrow," he wrote, signaling his determination to recover and resume performing. Zayn's commitment to the tour, despite the challenges he is facing, speaks to his dedication to his fans and his craft. Following the cancellation, Zayn reassured fans that he would be rescheduling the North American leg of his tour, as well as the first 2 nights of his UK tour, including the Newcastle show. Fans who had been disappointed by the cancellation were given the hope that they would be able to see Zayn perform at a later date. While the rescheduling of performances is never ideal, it is a necessary step in ensuring that Zayn can give his fans the best possible show when he is fully recovered. Fans were advised to contact their points of purchase for information regarding reschedules or refunds, and many took to social media to express their relief at the possibility of seeing Zayn live in concert at a later date. While the cancellation was disappointing, the support from Zayn's fans was unwavering, and many expressed their excitement for the rescheduled shows. Zayn Malik's heartfelt apology to his fans reflects his genuine concern for their well-being and his deep appreciation for their continued support. While the cancellation of his Newcastle show was disappointing for fans, Zayn's willingness to be open about his vocal condition and his determination to recover and continue performing showcases his commitment to delivering the best experience for his audience. As he moves forward with his first solo tour, Zayn Malik, the former One Direction star, is currently embarking on his first solo tour, Stairway to the Sky. The tour is a significant milestone for the artist, marking his transition from a group member to an established solo performer. However, a sudden cancellation of his Newcastle show left many of his fans heartbroken and confused. Zayn, ever the compassionate artist, took to social media to explain his decision, offering a heartfelt apology to his fans and promising to return to the stage as soon as he was able. Zayn Malik's apology came in the form of a brief but deeply emotional message shared on Instagram stories. The post, set against a stark black background, captured the frustration and disappointment that Zayn must have felt after being forced to cancel his show just moments before it was scheduled to begin. "I'm so sorry to do this, but my voice just isn't there at all tonight, and without it, there's no show," Zayn wrote. "I'm truly sorry to let you down, especially at such short notice. I held on to hope until the very last moment." This candid message from Zayn not only addressed the reason for the cancellation, but also conveyed his genuine regret over disappointing his fans. The phrase, "I held on to hope until the very last moment," particularly resonated with his followers, emphasizing that the decision to cancel was not one Zayn made lightly. For an artist who has always been dedicated to his fans, the last-minute nature of the cancellation was a tough pill to swallow. However, Zayn's sincerity came through in the message, assuring fans that he had hoped to perform and only made the difficult call when he realized his vocal condition would not allow him to give them the performance they deserved. Zayn ended the message with a heartfelt, "My deepest apologies, Newcastle. Love you all," reflecting his deep affection for the fans who had gathered at Newcastle City Hall to see him. This simple but genuine apology showed Zayn's awareness of the impact that his decision had on those who had planned to attend the concert. The outpouring of support and understanding from his fans afterward reflected the respect and admiration they had for him, not just as an artist, but as a person. One of the most reassuring elements of Zayn's message was his hope that a bit of rest would enable him to return to the stage as soon as possible. "I'm hopeful with some rest tonight. I'll be back on stage tomorrow," Zayn wrote. This statement gave fans hope that the cancellation would be short-lived and that he would return to performing the next day. For any artist, having to cancel a show is a difficult decision, but Zayn's focus on his health and recovery was a sign of his dedication to giving fans the best possible experience when he was able to perform again. Zayn's wish to continue his tour was made clear when he assured fans that with proper rest, he would be able to regain his voice and get back to delivering the performances everyone had been waiting for. This hopeful message reassured fans who had traveled far to attend the show and those who had been looking forward to seeing Zayn perform live for the first time. Fans understood that vocal issues are a part of an artist's reality and that Zayn was doing what was necessary to preserve his ability to continue performing at his best. As Zayn recovered, fans continued to show their unwavering support, eager to see him back on stage as soon as possible. Many fans tweeted their encouragement to the artist with messages like, "Take care, we love you," and "We understand, we hope you feel better soon." These supportive messages reflected the loyalty and understanding Zayn has cultivated among his fans over the years. At Newcastle City Hall, where the concert was meant to take place, the atmosphere shifted dramatically when event organizers had to announce the cancellation. Fans who had gathered at the venue anticipating an unforgettable night were told that the concert would not be going ahead due to Zayn's vocal condition. The announcement was delivered with the utmost care and consideration, as the organizers expressed their regret over the late notice. "We apologize for the late notice. It was his hope that he would be able to continue with the show," the announcement read. But this is no longer possible. Please contact your point of purchase for reschedule or refunds. If you have parents or guardians collecting you, please stay in the auditorium and wait to be collected. The news was a letdown for the crowd, many of whom had traveled to Newcastle specifically to see Zayn perform. The disappointment of not being able to witness a live show was compounded by the sudden nature of the cancellation. As fans processed the announcement, there was an understanding that this was a health issue and that it was not a decision Zayn took lightly. However, the confusion and heartbreak were inevitable, as it's always difficult for fans to come to terms with an unexpected change in plans. Some fans tried to process the news with patience and empathy, while others shared their disappointment on social media. Despite the confusion, the organizers' announcement was met with a mix of understanding and concern. Fans respected the effort made by the organizers to manage the situation responsibly and were reassured that their tickets could be refunded or rescheduled. The empathy shown by the event staff helped ease some of the frustration, but the emotional impact of the cancellation was still palpable. In the aftermath of the cancellation, social media platforms like Twitter, now X, were flooded with messages of support for Zayn Malik. Fans from around the world took to these platforms to express their understanding, concern, and love for the artist. Many fans urged others to be patient and not to direct anger or hate towards Zayn for the cancellation, highlighting that vocal issues are a part of being a performer. Come on, guys, let's think about it a bit. Zayn wouldn't cancel a show at the last minute for anything. I hope everything is okay, one fan wrote on Twitter, encouraging others to be understanding of the situation. This message was echoed by many others, with one fan commenting, "At Zayn Malik, take care, babe, and we love you," expressing the kind of supportive sentiment that fans of the artist have come to expect from his community. Another fan added, "Sorry for everyone attending the Newcastle show for Zayn's tonight. Please don't say hateful words towards him. We don't know what he's going through." This message demonstrated a deep understanding of the pressures and challenges that Zayn faces as an artist and as a person. Fans were quick to defend Zayn from any potential criticism, emphasizing that his well-being was the priority and that he would only cancel a show if it was truly necessary. Zayn's decision to prioritize his health was met with overwhelming support, and fans continued to show their loyalty to him during this difficult time. There were even reports that many fans at the venue were visibly upset by the cancellation, with some noting that lots of people were crying. This level of emotion reflected just how much Zayn's music means to his fans and how eager they were to see him live. For some, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see the artist perform, and the last-minute cancellation left many feeling a deep sense of loss. Zayn Malik's Stairway to the Sky tour is an especially significant moment in his career. Since his departure from One Direction in 2015, Zayn has navigated a solo career that has included both commercial success and personal struggles. This tour marks his first time performing solo on such a large scale, making it a highly anticipated event for his fans. For Zayn, touring is not just a chance to perform his music, but an opportunity to connect with his fan base and express himself as an artist in ways that a studio album cannot capture. His fans have been incredibly supportive of his solo work, with songs like Pillowtalk and Icarus Falls showcasing his musical evolution. This tour is an important moment for both Zayn and his fans, as it allows him to take the stage on his own, apart from the shadow of One Direction. However, the reality of touring comes with challenges, and Zayn is no stranger to the pressures that come with life on the road. Vocal strain, exhaustion, and health issues are common among touring artists, and Zayn's recent cancellation in Newcastle highlights just how challenging it can be to perform night after night. Zayn's fans, however, have consistently shown understanding and empathy, knowing that his health is the priority. The cancellation of the Newcastle show also comes at a difficult time for Zayn personally. Last month, he suffered the heartbreaking loss of his former One Direction bandmate, Payne, who tragically passed away at the age of 31. This loss has undoubtedly had an emotional toll on Zayn, as he and Liam shared a deep bond during their time in the band. The emotional strain of losing a close friend so suddenly could potentially have impacted Zayn's health, including his vocal performance. Though Zayn has not spoken publicly in great detail about his grief, it's clear that the loss of Liam has been significant. The impact of such a tragedy can often manifest in unexpected ways, and Zayn's vocal issues may very well be a result of the emotional and physical strain he is currently experiencing. For an artist like Zayn, whose performances are so personal and demanding, it's not uncommon for these emotional stresses to affect his health and ability to perform. Despite the cancellation of the Newcastle show, Zayn reassured fans that he would be rescheduling performances in both the UK and North America. His commitment to returning to Zayn Malik, the former One Direction heartthrob, recently faced a difficult moment in his solo career as he had to cancel his highly anticipated show at Newcastle City Hall due to vocal strain. The cancellation left many fans devastated, particularly since they had been eagerly waiting to see the artist perform live. Zayn, however, responded to the unfortunate situation with a heartfelt apology to his followers on social media, acknowledging the disappointment and promising to return to the stage as soon as he was able. As the emotional fallout from the cancellation unfolded, the support from his fans became a touching testament to the bond Zayn shares with his loyal following. The cancellation announcement came as a shock to Zayn's fans, many of whom had traveled from far and wide to see their idol perform in Newcastle. Zayn, known for his close relationship with his followers, took to Instagram stories to express his sincere apologies. His message was short, yet packed with emotion. Zayn explained that his voice simply wasn't in the right condition to give the audience the performance they deserved. "I'm so sorry to do this, but my voice just isn't there at all tonight, and without it, there's no show," Zayn wrote. "I'm truly sorry to let you down, especially at such short notice." This apology struck a chord with fans, as Zayn had been open about the importance of his relationship with them, making it clear that this cancellation was not a decision taken lightly. His message resonated with followers, with many taking to social media to share their understanding and support. His acknowledgement of the disappointment was both genuine and compassionate, proving that he truly valued his fans' dedication and commitment to his music. One of the most poignant lines in his Instagram message was, "I held on to hope until the very last moment." This statement showed just how much Zayn had wanted to perform, but ultimately, the decision to cancel was made for his health and well-being. As fans read the message, they understood the gravity of the situation, realizing that his decision to cancel the show was rooted in the reality that performing while unwell would have been detrimental both to him and to his fans' experience. While Zayn's Instagram apology offered some comfort, the reality of the cancellation at the Newcastle City Hall left many fans heartbroken. The emotional impact of the event was felt deeply, with fans visibly upset by the sudden change in plans. Some reported seeing people crying, highlighting the raw emotional reaction to the cancellation. For many fans, attending a live Zayn Malik concert was a significant event, a long-awaited opportunity to see him perform solo after years of following his career post One Direction. The disappointment at the venue was palpable, as the crowd had gathered in anticipation only to be told that the show would not go on. The event organizers did their best to manage the situation, offering apologies and informing attendees that they could either receive a refund or reschedule their tickets for a future date. Despite the organizers' efforts to handle the situation smoothly, the emotional letdown was unavoidable for the fans who had made plans and hoped to witness Zayn's live performance. The emotional responses from the crowd were not surprising, given the level of connection Zayn shares with his fans. Over the years, he has been open and honest about his struggles, and this transparency has built a loyal fan base who feels invested in his journey. For many, seeing Zayn perform live is not just about hearing his music, but connecting with him on a deeper, more personal level. So, when the show was abruptly canceled, the impact was not just about missing a concert. It was a deeply personal disappointment. While the cancellation left fans feeling sad and frustrated, many took to social media and other platforms to share their messages of support for Zayn. One fan posted, "Zayn wouldn't cancel a show for anything. I hope everything is okay," acknowledging that Zayn's decision was made for the right reasons, and emphasizing the importance of supporting him through this difficult time. This sentiment was echoed by others who shared their understanding, emphasizing that Zayn's health was the top priority and that fans would support him no matter what. Many fans also expressed empathy for Zayn, recognizing that vocal strain is a common issue for artists, especially those who perform regularly. Vocal health is a vital concern for singers, and it's not uncommon for performers to face moments where their voices need rest to prevent further damage. By taking the decision to cancel the show, Zayn was prioritizing his long-term well-being, and his fans appreciated this commitment to his health. The emotional bond between Zayn and his followers was evident in the way they came together during this challenging moment. Social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram were filled with messages of love, with fans rallying around Zayn to let him know they understood the situation. "Take care of yourself, Zayn. We love you," one tweet read, while another fan expressed, "We'll be here when you're ready to return. Take care of yourself." The support from fans reflected the deep connection they have with Zayn and how much they genuinely care about his well-being. Many expressed that they were not angry about the cancellation, but rather concerned for Zayn's health and hoping for his quick recovery. Despite the setback in Newcastle, Zayn's Stairway to the Sky tour continued, with rescheduled performances planned for both the UK and North America. The tour has been a significant milestone for Zayn, as it marks his first solo outing since leaving One Direction in 2015. The expectation for the tour has been immense, with fans eager to experience Zayn's music live and witness his growth as a solo artist. The cancelled Newcastle show was a temporary obstacle, and fans were eager to see Zayn return to the stage once he was rested and fully recovered. With his apologies and reassurances about rescheduled performances, Zayn managed to maintain his connection with fans, proving that his commitment to them goes beyond the music. His focus on recovering and returning to the stage only increased the respect fans have for him as an artist and as a person. The Stairway to the Sky tour will continue to be an important chapter in Zayn's career, showcasing not only his musical talent, but his ability to connect with his audience on a deeper level. His fans, who have supported him through personal and professional challenges over the years, will no doubt continue to stand by him as he navigates the ups and downs of touring. Despite the cancellation of the Newcastle show, the dedication of Zayn's fan base remained unwavering. Many fans have already shown excitement about the rescheduled performances, and social media was flooded with messages of support. Fans who had been disappointed by the cancellation took to platforms like Twitter to express their anticipation for the rescheduled shows, with some fans even offering to help others find tickets or make travel arrangements for future concerts. Zayn's decision to reschedule the show instead of simply canceling the event entirely showed his commitment to his fans and his desire to make things right. He made it clear that he valued their time and effort in coming to see him perform, and that he would do everything he could to ensure that those who missed out on the Newcastle performance would have another chance to experience his live show. As the Stairway to the Sky tour continues, it's clear that Zayn's bond with his fans is stronger than ever. They are ready and waiting to see him back on stage, and Zayn, with his health restored, will no doubt continue to deliver memorable performances for those who have supported him throughout his career. While Zayn has always had a deep connection with his fans, this cancellation also highlighted the toll that touring can take on an artist's mental and physical health. Artists are constantly under pressure to perform, and this sometimes results in moments where they must choose to prioritize their health over their career. Zayn's decision to cancel the show was an act of self-care, acknowledging that pushing through vocal strain could have led to further damage. The emotional strain of canceling a performance must have been significant for Zayn, as he has always been someone who strives to give his fans the best of himself. As Zayn continues to recover, fans remain hopeful that he will be able to return to performing at his best, and that future shows will be nothing short of amazing. Zayn Malik's Stairway to the Sky tour will no doubt continue to be a major event for fans, and despite the setback in Newcastle, the dedication and support from his followers show just how much Zayn means to them. As he continues his journey, his fans remain by his side, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in his solo career.